So
Bryan.
let's jump into it. I want to start talking about this because limiting beliefs is something I think most people don't realize that such a large percentage of the population, you know, is subject to that, having some type of personal belief or limitation in their own thought process as to what they're capable of or what they're deserving of. I think that's a very fascinating fact. So I'm going to come to you first, Van, and then I'll come to Erica next, just to kind of tell what your thoughts are. And are you surprised to hear that it's such a large percentage of people who have that? And also maybe why you think that is, that we suffer from having these types of limiting beliefs. So, Vinny, what about you? What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, Bryan, I'm not surprised. When you think about the changes throughout history and the changes around culture, you think about most of our education system is built off of basically a World War II industrial mentality. You think about the changes we've been seeing with, the Great Resignation, for example, and this outcry for inclusivity. For me personally, this is pretty important kind of subject that I've been going down. I've actually really gone down the rabbit hole around better understanding Marcus Aurelius and his book Meditations. So for those of you who don't know, Marcus Aurelius is the Roman emperor who over 2,300 years ago, while he was emperor, was writing his journal, his kind of an internal kind of self-reflections, hence the term meditations. And Emperor Marcus Aurelius, on his deathbed, told his advisors that, once he passes, to burn these these books. But unfortunately, they did not do that. Unfortunately, people started reading and understanding how this individual at the time, who was in so much power, was understanding how to be a better human, how to be a better, everything. And so the term Stoicism came to be. And I've just been going down the whole Stoic rabbit hole. And, I was, as I mentioned before, I was at Burning Man and I went to a camp called Camp Ganesh, and they actually gave me a little Stoic cheat sheet. So I'm not going to go into a lot of the details for you, but the one thing that I appreciate about Stoicism is there's a popular theme quote where you can't control other people. What you can control is your own reaction to what they're doing to you or with you. And so that's really where, when we talk about limiting beliefs, when we talk about the self-sabotage that we seem to do to ourselves, the questioning of are we good enough for success and love? That's really where the root cause is this, our upbringing, when the people in our lives are telling us, to be careful, or, oh, you can't achieve this, or stay in your lane, or whatnot. That's to me where, this cultural shift is really evolving to. I'll pause there.
Thanks for sharing that, man. You're absolutely right. And I think a lot of it does come from, as we talked on a previous podcast, what culture within your family and those kinds of things that you were raised in or under, I think definitely impact that. Erica, what about you? What would you like to share as far as that percentage, and was that a surprise to you? And why do you think that is?
That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise to me. I found that regardless of people's backgrounds or how much money they have or where they grew up, who their parents were, that most people have an inner lack of confidence for whatever reason, whether it's what their parents told them or what other people have told them. And some people just innately don't have that sense of confidence or self-love. And the external factors impacts that. So regardless of who they are, I haven't met a person yet who doesn't have that challenge. I haven't.
That's interesting. So you think it's really just rooted in the human nature, or would you say it's more of environment as to how they were raised?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I think people are born and they observe their environments and they figure out ways to survive. And so they're questioning themselves as to what is the best way for me to survive and why am I not doing better? What am I lacking? And I think that maybe it's a survival instinct. And as we grow, I agree with Andy, as we grow a little older, it's beneficial for us to realize that it's not about what we lack as much as what are we willing to let go? Like, what beliefs are we willing to let go? Like, what does it benefit me? What does this lack of confidence benefit? What is this fear? What do I gain from this feeling? And a lot of times, people just don't ask themselves those questions.
Thank you for sharing that.